Alrighty. So I think I finally got around to being really motivated in creating a sort of a walkthrough gameplay of Horizon Zero Dawn on of course the very hardest difficulty, because that's up for a challenge, always up for a challenge. So we're gonna, without any further ado, without any nonsense, we're just gonna crack right in, because I'm sure a lot of you would have already seen, if not played, Horizon Zero Dawn, but. I just want to, I'm just going to sort of, the plan really is just to sort of, across every engagement, well, most engagements, if it's worth showing, I'm going to sort of do a live commentary on my strategy, on approaching every group of machines, and, just sort of share some thoughts as well, of course, during the playthrough of the game. And a lot of this is really in anticipation for the newly announced DLC, the Frozen Wilds, which is, I think, scheduled for release in autumn, otherwise known as fall, as you guys across the pond. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing this. So I'll shut up, because I think there's some cinematics right off the bat.
Oh, that's a lot of berries. You're quite the gatherer, aren't you, little Rost? Now go and see if you can find some more, hmm? Well done, that's a good boy. Children, come with me. She's an outcast, to be shunned. There. Oh, come on.
Hear me. Some kind of cave?
Okay, so here we go. Now we have control over 6-year-old Aloy. If you haven't really had too much exposure to the game, that cinematic was really all about introducing Aloy into the sort of the neighboring tribe. Essentially, she's an outcast. I think if you didn't get that, that's pretty easy to tell that she's an outcast. Reason being is because she's motherless, technically.
Tight, but I can get through.
So I guess in this world, all the orphans of this tribe are technically outcasts, and they're all shunned into the wilds to survive on their own.
The metal world.
Pardon me.
The old places.
Oh, so yeah, so that's sort of the tribe's ethics are a little bit messed up, gotta say, but this is sort of their moral beliefs. So hey ho, gotta move on.
Ross said never go in places like this, but I have to find a way out.
So Rost, the person that she's referring to, is sort of like her guardian, her mentor, the guy who's really kind of helped her, sort of overlooked her while she's been growing up.
There's something up ahead.
What's up ahead, Aloy?
What's that? A dead person. There's something shiny there.
I've always thought, Oh, how is that thing still stuck on that guy's head? Like, with all the skin and muscle decaying, then I don't know. I'm a scientist at heart, so I sort of always try to make things, I punch holes in places. That's sort of, you know, what I do, I guess. It's just, I'm always wondered why that device hasn't just fallen off the guy's skull. Sipping on my tea here.
Lights. Everywhere. How does he do this?
So this thing that we just picked up is a focus. It's called a focus. It's sort of something that existed in the modern world, the pre-apocalyptic world.
Closed. Maybe this device I found can help. More lights.
So we've got a very basic puzzle here. We've just got to work our way around to this device around the other side of the wall. Interact with it, and then that will open the bunker door, as it were. Turning the pretty light around, there we are.
It changed color.
Very observant of you, Aloy.
The door changed color too. It did it.
Now, I don't believe that we can get to that little green item through those stalactites and stalagmites looking sort of formation here until we're a little bit more grown up. So yeah, I really haven't actually explained the key thing here. Hang on, bear with me one moment.
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Show me. Show me again.
I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
So I guess just by connecting the dots, you know, the way that she reacted to that sort of holographic simulation or recording is that she's always lived in isolation. She's sort of had very little human interaction, and obviously she's very happy to see this sort of 3D guy come in front of her and sort of, you know, speak to her, even though he's not. But you know, kids' imaginations and all that sort of stuff.
Why did they die here? What
Good
happened
question.
to them?
Good question, Aloy. Yeah, so the key sort of, you know, the background story behind this game is that we're now in a post-apocalyptic world. I'm not sure why people called it a post-apocalyptic world. Maybe it's because, well, I don't know where the line lies there, but
Ross found me.
Oh, Mother be praised. Come, girl. Take my hand. You don't belong down there. Come.
so here's Rost.
Such places are forbidden, Aloy.
I fell in.
They are of the metal world. What is that on your face?
Nothing.
Did you find it down there?
No.
Give it to me.
No.
Aloy, such things are dangerous.
No!
to know how to survive in the wild. Come, Aloy. Home now. And starting tomorrow, you will learn to hunt.
So the world is full of different tribes. The Nora is really kind of the neighboring tribe where who's kind of shunned Aloy out. Yeah, they have all sorts of strange beliefs. Going down into those forbidden caverns is kind of, you know, restricted and sort of forbidden.
All these shapes. What do they mean?
Take your bow.
Bow?
And enough muttering to that plaything. We descend to the valley now. Follow.
It's no plaything, Rost. No plaything.
The wilds can be dangerous, Aloy. You will need to stay close and do as I say.
I know.
Now, you're still scratched up from that fall you took yesterday. So let's start there. Take this medicine pouch. I'll show you how to fill it. See this plant over here? It's called southrush. Come, gather its berries in your pouch.
Simple enough.
Good. Now eat the berries. They may taste bitter, but they could save your life. Always keep your pouch full of medicinal berries, flowers, and...
So this is kind of introducing you to the
Where
idea
are
behind gathering.
This valley is just a part of All Mother's embrace.
Embrace.
The Nora tribe watches these lands and keeps out the most dangerous machines. Usually.
Beautiful, huh?
Further downriver, we'll find a herd of machines, and I will teach you how to hunt.
Are they dangerous?
All machines are dangerous, Aloy. Their power must be respected. But I will be beside you.
Such a good-looking game, and you know, it's not only the visuals that I love. It's the story. This, you know, this game, out of all the games that I've played, this one takes the podium for its storyline.
Machines coming. Crouch and follow me into the tall grass.
You know, it even gets a little emotional at times. You know, it really sort of really captivates you.
There. Now stay low.
Little one.
No, Aloy. Such machines are called watchers. You must learn to avoid their gaze. If you are to survive in the wilds, I will show you. Listen close and do as I do. Stay still. Wait for it to pass. Now keep low and follow me across the trail to that tall grass.
So this is just introducing you to the sort of the movement mechanics. You'll see under the compass at the very top, we have a kind of a horizontal line. If I stand up, that'll turn into an eye. So I'm visible as I am when I'm uncrouched, standing up, and when I crouch, I'm invisible whilst I'm in the tall grass. Tall grass. The quicker I move, the more those bars that you see next to the eye.
Wait for it.
So if I sprint, I make even more noise. But I just shot myself in the foot a little bit there. Now this Watcher is coming over to investigate. Rost, take him out. Take him out, Rost. Ooh. Alrighty, he's backing off now, or she. Right.
That's the last of them. Let's move on. You did well. They didn't see or hear you.
Well, they heard me.
Now stay close. That herd should be just ahead.
So you see I'm going back to that the noise sort of indicator. Oh god, it's just gone. Okay, so making 1 bar there, and then when I sprint I'm making 3 bars. So it's like a trade-off. If you want to be stealthy, generally speaking, you want to be sort of low and move slowly. If you want to
But why is he up there?
obviously go for the more extravagant approach, you have to sort of, you're going to lose out by making a lot of noise and alerting a lot of the surrounding machines.
Smiling at us.
Deb! Get back where you belong! Deb! Where are you?
Ignore him. We are outcasts, and he is of the tribe.
Maybe he doesn't like the tribe.
And he is a fool. Come now, let's find that herd. Follow.
So Ross is kind of saying there that, you know, the tribe is not to be sort of, not to be dismissed so easily, you know.
There. See them?
Basically
These are
saying
called
that
striders.
outcasts, being an outcast really sucks.
Ha! Get!
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away.
Come along, Rust. Oh, it's one of these things. I have to go near him to make him progress.
They're best approached by stealth. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them further down the valley. You'll see.
So I love, you know, when you're playing as little
Now,
Aloy,
I want you to find some rocks that fit the
Your
cup of your hand.
steps when you run are just
Do as
super
I
small,
say, Aloy, and
and your
gather the
jumping
rocks.
is pretty limited to how high you can jump. So the game developers have done a really good job of making
Those will
everything,
do.
scaling down everything,
Follow.
and vice versa, scaling up everything when you grow older.
There's the herd. All right. It's time to throw some rocks.
But rocks can't hurt machines, right?
No, but they can distract them. Draw them into traps. Like that watcher over there. It must be dealt with, or it will warn the herd and send them running before we get in range.
Warn them. How?
The machines speak to each other, Aloy. Unless they are first silenced. Now you stay here on the ridge. On my signal, throw rocks and draw the watcher over to me. Wait for my signal. Aloy, throw a rock near me.
So that move there that Ross is performing on that watcher will be able to learn that.
There. Come, girl, it's safe now. Harvest a kill so I can teach you how to make arrows. Good. Now, gather stalks of ridgewood from the plants over there.
So again, learning about crafting and gathering. In this game, for you to craft your
Use the
arrows on the
stalks as
fly, you
arrow
need to,
shafts, and metal
of
shards
course,
for arrow
gather
heads.
everything so that you have lots of materials in your
Good.
inventory to craft
You'll
them.
never run out of arrows if you know how to craft what you need. Let's put those arrows to use. Follow.
So I've got a pretty basic bow, obviously, because it's a kid size. It's nothing too special.
Here. Stay low in the grass and be quiet. It's time to make your first kill, Aloy. Strider. One of the weaker machines. But even a weak machine can kill a hunter if she's careless. You must study it. Its hide is thick, but there are spots where it is vulnerable. Like its eye. Can you guess another? Let's
Let's use our play thing to identify the weak spot. It's gonna be that blaze canister.
Canister on its back. Is that a weakness?
Yes. How did you guess that?
The device. It showed me.
That plaything? Stop playing games. Now, take down that strider. Target the eye or the canister. Good strike! Keep firing!
Easy enough.
You did well today, but you have much to learn. Tomorrow, we train again. What was that?
That boy. The one running the brave trails.
Follow Aloy, quick!
Move your ass, Rost. So, if you remember, we saw that guy free running, climbing the cliff. That was him just screaming. He's obviously fallen or about to fall, and he's in danger. So this is really where we kind of prove to Rost that the plaything, otherwise officially known as the Focus, is not just a plaything. It's a critical bit of equipment. And a lot of the characters that you've seen already in the cinematics.
Nothing. It's only a matter of time before the machines find that boy and kick him to death.
All have, you know, you'll see them.
It'll cause a stampede, and it will trample him.
You'll see all these characters reappear
See the path they take.
Stop telling stories.
later on in the story. I'm trying not to talk too much during the
Sneak through.
You will not.
during the narration.
Aloy!
Bless her. Look at her. She's so small. Alright, so when we highlight these machines, we can press R1,
Need to move slowly.
and that will reveal the
Sneak past.
the path that these machines take. Just gonna sneak on by. Thank you.
Can't let them see me.
What else we got? We got one over there. He's looking. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Got to be careful.
So another one. I think we're good. He should stop. Yep.
I need to see their paths. Almost there.
Gotta say though, I think Rost is being a little bit wet on this one, given that he's quite a badass, unwilling to save this guy from 3 watches and a couple of striders. Man up, Rost, man up.
There he is. Hey.
What? How is this?
Follow me.
Already showing streaks of heroism.
How do you know to avoid them? How are you doing this?
Because I'm a badass Teb, that's how I'm doing it. Get out. Nice and easy. So yeah, this is really just the tutorial sort of part of the game. So I fully understand if you just want to skip a little bit of this, but at the same time, there's a lot of the critical sort of introductions of the storyline here also.
Wait. Oh, Mother, bless that girl. Bless you both.
Boy!
Save me. I just wanted...
Boy! Seal your lips.
They are outcasts, both. And she is motherless.
Come now.
So that incentivizes that Rost may have done something naughty in his past. He's not technically motherless, but it is forbidden for the tribe, the Nora tribe, to talk to the outcasts.
It's against tribal law.
There we are.
We'll go home now. Follow.
Bless her. So no doubt she feels a little bit
I
aggravated.
know the way.
So this is where you start to really sort of understand how Aloy feels, and you know, you sort of pity her in a way.
Stay away, no mother.
Sounds like that little shit who's gathering berries at the start of the story. So we have some choices to make now, I think. Yes. This doesn't really affect anything, any attributes in the story. It's purely what you see cinematically after you choose. But I'm going to go with the loving branch, I think.
Stop.
Kids' animations look so good. Oh, bless Aloy.
You're bleeding. Let me have a look. Here, hold still. I'll get it.
Why? Why am I an outcast?
Aloy, this is not the time.
Who was my mother?
Aloy, I've told you before, that's not for us to know. You were just a newborn when the matriarchs brought you to me.
So the matriarchs, they know?
It's not so simple.
Matriarchs, leaders of the
They
Nora tribe.
know.
Aloy, we are outcasts.
So how do I make them tell me?
The matriarchs? There is a way, perhaps.
So tell me.
It would be dangerous.
How?
It would take years of training.
I don't care. How do I do it? Tell me.
The proving. The tribe's rite of passage held every year. Those who pass become braves. But to the one who wins, the matriarchs grant a boon.
A boon?
Yes, whatever the winner wants.
Then I'll do it. Whatever it takes. I'll win the proving.
See. We'd best get started then. Your training will be hard. And it'll take years.
Start training? Yes. Follow.
So she's keen, she's determined and motivated. But yeah, you can sort of tell how easily attached you can become to these characters. The facial animations are so good. The voice acting is great. It just seems realistic in a way. You know, so you really sort of follow the story and get completely immersed into it. Or at least I feel that way. So she's honing her skills, improving and training for this proving, which will enable her to sort of revoke the outcast persona, I guess, and sort of, you know, really kind of follow. In essence, she wants to follow, work out who her mother is or was. Only way in doing so is to be accepted by the tribe. So there she is now. So badass, I gotta say, it's so badass. I love that scene. So good.
Rost? Rost? Rost?
Where is he? 2 days before the proving and he goes off without me? He wouldn't do that.
Okay, level 3, so we have some skill points to spend. Let's invest. So, I did a video on this, but ironically I can't remember which which skills it was exactly I was promoting, but I think I have a decent idea. Hunter reflexes, that's a super skill, definitely up for that. Silent strike also. Silent drop is not too fussed about that at the moment. Concentration, of course, that's another pretty handy skill. Other ones are nothing too important at the moment. Lure call, that's probably the next one I want to go for. Or yeah, but not after that one. Not after that one. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that. That one's nice. That one's good. Yes, that's nice. I want triple shot and double shot, that definitely. Okay, so I'm going to save up my skill points to get heavy lifter first, and then that will unlock double shot and triple shot, and also concentration plus and fast reload. So that really, these 4 here are really super. Okay. So we also now have a spear. Now, how are we doing for bows? We have a pretty basic bow there, and we also have option of crafting fire ammunition.
Why isn't he here? Where's he gone to?
Those fire arrows, of course, we can't craft yet because we don't have the
What's he doing up there?
the relevant
He's just
materials.
standing there. What's going on with him?
Aloy, you're here.
Did you want to be alone?
No. We must speak. I've been thinking about your training, Aloy. You've learned to hunt, learned to survive. But I fear there's a lesson I failed to teach you. Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll always learn what you have to teach.
There has been some trouble recently. It affords an opportunity to learn this lesson, but it will be dangerous. You must come prepared, or you will die. Descend into the Embrace and hunt until you have gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows? What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Once you have the parts, you will meet me there, at the gate beyond the village of Mother's Heart.
The North Gate? At the edge of the Embrace?
Yes. Now be on your way.
Is something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
I don't think so.
Are you worrying about what happens after the proving?
What happens is clear. You will be accepted as one of the tribe, and I will still be an outcast, to be shunned.
Rost, even if the tribe accepts me, I won't...
There is much to do, Aloy. We will discuss this later.
Okay. I'll go gather the parts, but I'm also going to pay Karst a visit.
Aloy, that man breaks the law every time he speaks to you.
And I'm glad he does. I want to buy a tripcaster, and no other trader will sell to outcasts.
Stock it with ammunition, then. You'll find use for that weapon tonight.
That sounds ominous. All right. See you at the North Gate.
It does sound ominous, eh, Aloy?
If he thinks I'm gonna abandon him, he's wrong.
So something's up, and Aloy knows it.
That'll change after the proving. 2
So-
days. 2 days until I get answers. 2 days, and I'll know who she was. And why I was cast out at birth. As if there could be an excuse for that. Alright. Time to gather the parts for some fire arrows. I should find a herd.
So I'm just laughing to myself because Aloy's very good at talking to herself. she does a lot of talking whilst running around in the wild here, which I find quite funny. Okay, so aim is to get some fire arrows in order to prepare for a little something that we're going to encounter later on today.
Scrabbling a bit.
Right, let's see if we can sneak up on this guy. Nope, that failed. We did at least knock him out with a spear. So playing on very hard difficulty means that the aim assist is really barely exists, and also when you fire your arrows, the arrows literally kind of fire straight, so you need to predict where your target will be in a few moments' time. So the arrows will not Whoop! God, that was the wrong time to dodge. Right, we'll come for that side quest here a little bit later on. Okay, so we're using our focus now to mark out all these guys, and I want to stealth kill as many of them really as possible. These two here are really close together, which isn't good, so I might avoid those guys. I haven't got the ability, or I do have the ability actually to lure them over. Let's see what this does. Maybe I can sneak around the back. That's what I ought to have done. Let's see if I can get them all to look the other way. There we go. Okay, that failed. So hitting them in the eye will mean that I don't get the option to pick up the eye itself because it gets damaged. But not to worry, it's not a hugely important part to salvage. Let's see if we can craft some arrows. No, we can't. We need a bit more blaze. In order to get the blaze, we need to search these striders. That's what I'm after, the blaze there. Now I can craft my hunter arrow, my fire arrow. But I would like a little bit more just a smidge more blaze, so that I can then craft another batch of fire arrows. Will you guys stop looking over towards me? Right, I gotta wait for just a little moment until their interest in my direction wanes. There we go. I said I still got one looking in my direction, which is really frustrating, so I need to flank him. There we go. That'll do, that'll do, that'll do. Getting ever closer. Now, what's my plan of attack here? There's quite a lot of them here, so what I'm actually going to do... There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to stealth kill them all, so what I'm going to do is this.
Quiet now.
That explosion kind of backfired a little bit. See, I wasn't aiming ahead of in the right place there. Okay, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, that'll do. That's enough blaze for us. Surely. So early on in the game, I think it's quite important to loot as much as you can. Later on in the game, it's not so important because there are skills which allow you, well, basically improve the efficiency of crafting, so that you use less materials in order to craft the same amount of ammunition. So it won't be as important to continue looting further on in the game.
Just because I'm shunned doesn't mean I won't pass through.
It's a shame. The risk's all part of the fun, I say.
Time to see Karst and get a tripcaster.
So it's obviously not too bad being an outcast. It's not exactly as if it's illegal to run through a outpost or a little village like that.
No one else around.
But still, I wouldn't imagine it'll feel good.
Guesses he'll be waiting for me.
So this guy is one of Aloy's friends. One of very few.
Well, well, well. An outcast on my doorstep. All mother protect me.
Surprised you saw me the way you keep looking every other direction to make sure no one's watching. Careful there, or you'll sprain your neck.
It's always a pain in the neck when you show up, girl, one way or another.
Alright.
Last time I visited, you had a tripcaster available for trade. Still got it?
I do. But you'd need to bring me a scrapper lens. What can I say? Special weapons don't come cheap.
Oh, I can pay. Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that. Show me.
He's judging me, crikey. Okay, let's buy this tripcaster. This essentially is like it's a tripwire, essentially.
Now that you've got yourself a tripcaster, practice how to use it someplace else, alright? My life's exciting enough without a bunch of shock wire booby traps to trip over.
Really? Could have fooled me.
I don't think there's. I don't think. Oh well. Yes, I want to do one more trade because actually, these treasure boxes are quite handy. Every time you visit a new merchant, there's a free sample box. These 3 purple items here are part of the, I think, the digital edition which I purchased.
Anything else?
Nope, I think
I
that's
guess
all.
that concludes our business.
All right. See you around.
Yep. Ciao,
I've
ciao.
got what I need.
Okay,
Time to meet
so
Rost at the
let's gear all that stuff out. Let's see what we got. Got a few mods there that we can equip into our weapons. So we've got an outfit and a slight upgrade to our existing bow. We got 1 skill point there, but I'm going to save that. Okay, so we have a Nora long shot bow. I think the only difference here, yeah, is the handling. So it's a 10 stat increase in handling. Handling essentially, yeah, it's nice to have a handling mod as well. Handling will essentially just increase or decrease the time that it takes for the reticles in the crosshairs to reach the center point, making the bow really accurate. Let's get that equipped to that. And then we have a look at the outfit. So we've got a slightly different outfit, but to be honest, it's not a great gain. Well, it is, but I think in a moment we're going to get another outfit from an acquaintance of ours, and I'd rather just put that on. So we'll put this one on in the meantime until we get that new one. I want to modify the outfit with that one. Yep. Okay, so we got a new outfit here. Looks like there's a watcher's eye on the neck and like a watcher's kind of helmet sort of thing. That I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But so we got our tripcaster, and essentially this well, we'll demonstrate how this works in a little while. Sorry for the croaky voice. I don't know what's going on with my voice at the moment. So, what have we got here? We've got a turkey. Come on. And a boar and a turkey down there. Let's set him on fire. Good. All those resources like the fatty meat and the boar skin and all that sort of stuff comes in quite handy later on for when we want to expand our inventory space or increase our sort of medicine pouch. Improve the sort of the amount of berries that we can store in there, all that sort of stuff.
What are they hunting out there? Beyond the embrace. Can't be just one machine.
Looks like there's a lot of fire going on up here.
There he is. Right where he said he'd...
You have the fire arrows.
I do indeed.
Those explosions and shouts beyond the embrace. Is that the trouble you were talking about?
You will know soon enough. Until then, we wait for dark.
Wait for dark. Look, Rost. I've thought it through, and I'm not going to shun you after the proving, okay? I won't do it. I'm not about to pretend that you never raised me.
Aloy, the law forbids all contact.
It does, and I don't care. I know what duty means for you, Rost, but all tribal law has ever done for me is take things away. And that's not gonna happen again.
Aloy, I must obey the law.
And so you will. I knew you'd say that, so this is what we'll do. I'll come to you in secret. No one will see me, so I won't get in trouble. And I know you won't talk to me because it's against the law, but I'll talk to you. It'll be my crime, not yours. You'll just listen. And that's how we'll handle this.
You've put a lot of thought into this.
So obviously she cares
I know.
dearly for Rost.
So you can stop worrying. It's handled.
Yes. So it is.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't understand. Those explosions are outside the embrace. What can we do from in here?
The lesson will be taught in due time, Aloy. Till then, we wait.
I saw Karst and got that tripcaster I was talking about.
I hate to think what that outlawed trader charged for a weapon of that make.
It wasn't cheap, but the caster is worth it.
Perhaps. You'll know it's worth soon enough.
Indeed.
Still a while to go before dark. I guess I'll get some rest.
Good idea. There'll be no time for sleep tonight.
Okay, so we've got to spend the night here. Let's just quick save, and I think that sort of procs the next cinematic.
Opening a gate for an outcast?
Some who are shunned reaped honor before disgrace.
So much for tribal law.
I spoke to no one, and now we must both keep silent, for we are outside of the embrace. These
Some
are
who
the
were
true
shunned
wilds,
reaped honor
Aloy,
before disgrace.
with threats unlike any you have ever faced.
That kind of
Carcass.
tells me that
What sort
he,
of beast was
that
that?
Rost may have done something really
Tribe calls it a
awesome
Sawtooth.
before being shunned.
Something angry. Since they first started appearing 10 years ago, they have killed many braves.
Yeah.
Follow
So-
the path. It's not far.
I can't.
Now we've been introduced to the
A
Sawtooth.
machine, that's what.
What sort of machine does that?
The sort of machine you're hunting now.
Oh. I see. I'll watch your carcass. I'll harvest the parts.
Watch your surroundings.
Not this time anymore.
Won't be much farther now.
Why are we the only ones out here tonight? Why can't the tribe's braves hunt this machine?
Kills we faster theirs. Tomorrow, they will hunt again.
They want me to. This machine will be my kill.
Or your death, if you're not careful.
An entire lodge? Wrecked. By Sawtooths? How many were there?
I didn't bring you here to answer questions, Aloy. I brought you here to deal with that.
Big nasty Sawtooth. So the reason why we collected fire arrows, I think, in the first place is because these guys are susceptible to fire damage. They really flip out if you set them on fire.
Defeated.
That will be for you to decide.
You set them on fire, Aloy, that's how you do
Yours
it.
to make, Aloy. Yours alone. No matter what happens, I will not intervene. You understand? You are on your own.
Okay, right, so I got a few tactics, I got a few things up my sleeve here
Progress to approach. Okay, let's
to
see.
help with this.
Where can I place my traps?
Alright, let's first off work out where it's going. There we are. So let's wait for it to walk by. And we'll do something. We'll set some traps. I'm not going to silent strike because that won't kill it. That will only bring me in the shit. But look at him. So he's got that fire canister, blaze canister under his belly, and he's got all these antennae sort of things on his back, and it's like a radar, I think, also on its back, and all those parts are susceptible to critical damage. So we're going to utilize that. Right. So let's get some tripcasters going. See if I can put one on that. There, that one there. Let's put a guy there and there. Right. So he's going up behind that rock there. Fine, okay. So we know where our traps are. If he walks into those, he's then becomes stunned. So let's wait for him to walk by here, and we're going to get a nice clean shot at his belly to ignite the blaze canister, and then we're going to run because that blast is going to be quite big. There we go, that's broken.
More than equipped to take you on.
And kaboom.
It saw me.
Right, now we just got to try and hit the critical spots whilst he's burning. No point in putting more flame arrows on him whilst he's burning, that's pointless. So we've still got another tripcaster wire on his right side, but he's still stunned, so really no rush. And he's stunned again. What I might do is just set him on fire, because that is probably the better way to kill these guys. Let's try and get him in the eye. That worked. Alright. Easily dealt with. Just whack, put him on fire, you know. I think a lot of when you're having these early encounters, especially when you're playing on very hard difficulty as I am, you need to be prepared.
Not to answer questions.
Such as by laying traps and
Survival requires perfection.
having a strategy.
It was a test to hone my skills against a dangerous new machine.
Follow.
It was a lesson to look after your tribe, Aloy. Whoops.
These are Nora hunting lands. They must be protected. If you hadn't destroyed the Sawtooth, how many braves might it have killed or injured tomorrow? The lesson lives within the question, Aloy. For years, you need to fight for your tribe.
My tribe? You said I wouldn't need them.
But I never said the tribe wouldn't need you. The strength to stand alone, Aloy, is the strength to make a stand. To serve a purpose greater than yourself. That is the lesson you must learn. And remember it. After the proving. And after I'm gone. We're finished here. Follow. Dawn has passed. This will be your last day in the Embrace as an outcast. Use the time to set your mind on the challenges before you. When it is time for you to go to Mother's Heart, I'll be waiting for you along the way.
I understand the final lesson, Rost.
Do you?
But if I'm going to stand for something, it'll have to be something I believe in.
Then I hope you find it, Aloy. I hope you do.
I'll go back to the cabin with you.
I'm not heading there just yet. I have other plans.
Oh. Such as?
I'll be waiting for you when it is time.
I'll see you at Mother's Heart then.
You will.